Welcome children in bio class. Children, I am going to explain you anatomy of stem. You know what is stem? It is the aerial parts of the plant. It develops from plumule. Plumule is the embryonic shoot. Embryonic shoot. So from this stem branches, leaves, that means aerial part of the plant will develops. So you have to study the internal structure of stem, that is anatomy of stem. See, this is the anatomy of stem. When we study the internal structure of stem, we find different structures. As outermost layer is epidermis. Their outermost layer is epidermis. Epidermis is thin, but it has a thick layer of cuticle. It is the outermost layer, like this, but on the outer surface of it, there a thick layer of cuticle is present. It provides protection. The cells of epidermis is closely packed. Epidermis is covered on the outer surface by a layer of cuticle. Now, you can get multicellular hairs. They are from the epidermis. Multicellular hairs developed. So this is the multicellular hairs. In the root, you have seen this. Root hairs are made up of single cell. One cell has elongated root hair form in the root, but in the stem, the root hairs are multicellular. So multicellular hairs occur on the epidermis. Now, there are the ground tissue. Ground tissue is differentiated into cortex. In the stem, cortex is hypodermis, endodermis, and parenchymatous. Hypodermis is made up of collenchyma. Just after the epidermis, there is hypodermis. So this hypodermis is made up of collenchyma. Collenchyma means cells are closely packed and their angular thickening is there. Then there is the cortex, which is made up of parenchyma. These are polygonal or rounded cell or oval shaped cells. These cells are thin walled and they have intercellular space. Now, innermost layer is endodermis. So endodermis is vertically elongated cells. It is barrel shaped. These cells do not develop Casparian thickening. Casparian thickening is found in the endodermis of root, not in the stem. After that there is pericycle. Pericycle is found on the inner side of the endodermis, outside of vascular tissue. It is usually made up of closely fitting fibers. Then pith is there. Pith is in the center, that is the ground tissue, and pith is made up of parenchymatous. Medullary range is narrow, vertically elongated bands of parenchymatous cells are present. Vascular bundle, that is xylem and phloem, are found in the stem. Their vascular bundles are conjoint and collateral. Conjoint collateral vascular bundles are found in the stem of the plant. In some stem of the plant, bicollateral and concentric. Bicollateral and concentric vascular bundles are found. So this conjoint collateral, if you see the structure of stem of the plant, you will find there is epidermis, again there is the cortex, then endodermis. After that, their bundles are present. Like this are bundle. These are the in that xylem and phloem. Xylems are inside and phloems are outside. It means xylem and phloems both are present on the same radius. There is xylem and phloem. In the root, vascular bundles are radial, but in the stem, vascular bundles are conjoint collateral. When xylem and phloem both are present on the same radius, so that is conjoint and collateral vascular bundle. Now children, you have to study the anatomy of dicot stem and monocot. Dicot stem and monocot stem. So what is the difference in dicot stem and monocot? In the dicot stem, there in the cortex, hypodermis is present just after the epidermis, which is made up of parenchyma. But in the monocot, it had not differentiated. In the dicot, vascular bundles are conjoint, collateral, endarch and open. In the dicot, vascular bundles are conjoint, collateral, endarch and open. Open means cambium is present between the xylem and phloem. Endarch means protoxylem is toward the center and metaxylem is toward the peripheral region. Conjoint collateral means their xylem and phloem both are present on the same radius. But in the monocot, Their vesicular bundles are conjoined, collateral, indark, and closed. So here also conjoined, collateral, indark, but vesicular bundle is closed in the monocot. So why it is closed? Its region is between the xylem and phloem. Cambium is absent. Next is in the dicot, vascular bundles are not surrounded by sclerenchymatous sheath, but in the monocot, vascular bundles are surrounded by sclerenchymatous sheath. Other difference is in the phloem. So when we are taking phloem of dicot and monocot, in the dicot, phloem made of sheath tubes, companion cells and phloem fibers. But in the monocot, phloem consists of sheath tubes and companion cells. Phloem parenchyma absent. In the dicot, medullary rays are present, that is made up of parenchyma, but in the monocot, medullary rays are absent. In the dicot, pith is present in the center, pith present, but in the monocot, pith is absent. This pith absent in monocot. In the dicot, there is secondary growth. Secondary growth is there, but in the monocot, there is no secondary growth. No secondary growth occurs. So children, I told anatomy of dicot stem and monocot stem. You have to learn what are the differences between the dicot stem, anatomy of dicot stem and monocot stem. At the same time, you have to see what is the difference between anatomy of root and anatomy of stem. So in the anatomy of root, you will see vascular bundles are radial, but in the stem, vascular bundles are conjoined collateral. Other is xylem is exarch in the root, but xylem is indark in the stem. So these are the main difference.